Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video here we successfully loaded all that our data, right? That means in particular that position, whatever that ID will be created, this ID related details page will be loaded. And also in our object there have some of the comments option, here into the JSON, that is a dishes, and also you can see they have some of the comments option. So now I want to display all that our comments. That means this ID related all that comment will be displayed. Okay, here if you want to display it in our dish details page, okay, into the dish details page after this category, okay, here better I want to use one of the HL line. I simply loaded this HL line and I close it, and after this I want to load another component. Better for the first time I want to create another component into the body folder. I want to create another new component and I just name it as a dish comment. Okay, dish comment.jsx. So I simply created it, and also that will be one of the class based functional component. I copy it and then here I paste it. That will be as a dish comment. Okay, dish comment. And also I want to return it. That means from here I want to export it. We don't need this navigation, we don't need this. Great. So now I want to load this one, and that is a dish comment. I want to load this dish comment in our dish details page after this HR. Okay, after this HR tag, I want to load this component that will be a dish comment. You can see that is a dish comment. I simply click as enter. Now that should be loaded. Now you can see it's imported the dish comment from to the dish comment. Great. And from here we have to pass our which data. We have to pass this comments, right? So here we have to pass it. So if you want to pass it, then that will be the same procedure. I want to take one of the property name as a comment. I name it as a comments, and into this comments here, if you want to pass that all that comments, we have to first of all add that props, because with this props we can able to access it, right? That is a props, and then the dish. And with this dish our property name as a comments. I copy it, so that will be as a comment. So here I simply pass it, right friend? I hope it's very much clear to you. And now we have to get this data in our dish comments. Now go to our dish comments. As I told you friend, here you have to practice it friend. When you practice, then everything will be more clear to you. Is very all that easy process, but you have to practice. Without it, will be a little bit hard for you. Okay, so now for the first time here, what exactly you have to do? From here I pass on the props data, right? Also you have to now load these props. So I simply loaded these props in here, which is totally fine. Then there's a return, and that is our dep. So here we have to map it, because there is the multiple comments. So here we have to, with this mapping, we have to add one by one all the data. So I want to do, there is a return, right? So there is a first return into this return area here. That is our props data. So that will be the props. Props, right? That is our props data. And with this props and our name, I name it as a comment, right? Here I pass that our data as a comments. So now that will be as a comment. So now with these comments, I want to use our map method. So that is our map, and into this map area I name it whatever the name actually you choose. Right now I name it as a comment. Okay, I name it as a comment, and then our array function, that is perfect. So into this array function, now we have to return it again. So I simply return, so that will be our return, and into this return area here you have to use that as a dev, right? So that is our dev will be in here. So into this dev area I want to use some of the bootstrap. Into the bootstrap I want to use that bootstrap table. If you go, there is a different type of table structure. Actually I want to use this one. You can use it. Okay, this one actually you can use. So better I want to copy it. I simply copy this total table. I copy it, and now here into this dev area I want to paste it. So right now only one tier will be enough. I want to remove it. There is one tier, and there is our one th. Great. And if you want to use that, first of all we have to also load it. That means we have to import it. That is import table, right? So I simply loaded the table. That will be the table. You can see I simply loaded this table from to the React Bootstrap, because that is one of the React Bootstrap table. I simply loaded this table, and here I want to display which data. I want to display, and you can display that ID, you can display the comment, author. Better I want to make it as an ID first. I want to use it as an ID, and then I want to use it as a comment. Okay, that will be as a comment, that will be as author, and also I want to display another one as a date. Okay, I simply name it as a date. Great. So now if you want to display it, so that is our ID. ID will be which one? ID will be our key, right? So now here I want to use that as a key, and our key will be I want to take it with everything. Right now I have already take our map will be as a comment, right? So now with this comment I want to access that ID. Okay, with this comment I want to access this ID, and then I want to display our another one as a comment. So if you want to display it, so that will be the same with the comment. Okay, with this comment I want to access our field name, property name as a comment. So that will be as a comment. Great. I want to copy it, paste it, and paste it. Okay, so now that will be another one as an author, another one will be as a date, right? I hope it's very much clear to you. Now I simply loaded this date. Okay friend, now let's check this out. Okay, now let's check this out. If you click as a save all, so now this dish comment I have already loaded in our dish details page, right? Here after that will be loaded. Now if you go click as a refresh, now I want to click it, there is a first one. You can see it's perfectly loaded. That is display our comment. It's now display, you can see there is also display the key. Right now we don't need to display that thing, so I only want to display that ID. Okay, our ID will be loaded. Now click as a save all. Now if you refresh it, now click it, perfect. You can see it's now perfectly display our this ID related. That means this ID related, they have the multiple comment. There is a ID 0, 1, 2, 3, and there is a 4 comment, and there is a comment is visible, author is visible, and date is also visible, right? So everything is visible successfully in here, and that is the date format is different. So here I don't want to display this type of one of the date. Here if you want to display it, I have already installed one of the package. Remember, I have already installed one of the package. If you go to our package JSON, I have already installed it as a date format. So if you go to the Google, before I have already discussed about that things with you, there is our React, okay, React, and then date format. So that is one of the instruction I want to use it. I have already installed the date format in our project. So if you want to display it, you can see that is actually the process. With this process you can display it, but I copy it, and now I want to change that our view, that is for the date. You can see there is a date format. I want to use this one. Okay, so I simply added that date format, and date format will be as a not now. I want to use it as a this one. Okay, I want to use that comment, so that will be as a comment, and then our date. Here we have to first of all into the curly bracket we have to add it. I simply added that curly bracket. Perfect. So now our date format will be as a different, which will be display the date, month, and then year, everything it should be locative. Now if you click as a save all, and now if you go now press click as a refresh, now that should be locative. Here now you see it's now show as a date format is not defined. So when you access it, also you have to load this date format. Okay, here we have to load it. So here I want to simply copy it, and now also in our page we have to import it. Okay, we don't need this, only we need that date format from to the date format package. I have already installed it, so now that should be perfect, and we'll save all. Now go to our project, now refresh it, now go there. Yeah, you can see it's now successfully updated. Now you can see that is the appropriate date format, right? It's now locative. Now successfully display all that our date format. How can display it, how can working with this, I hope friend is very much clear to you. Now there is another one is loaded successfully. This is the last one, and last one is successfully loaded. Great. I hope, friend, it's very much clear to you how to do this work, how to load the date format, how you can load some of the another components. So there is a dish details page. Here I simply loaded another component. I pass that props data. So friend, that is the main core functionality, friend. As I told you a lot of the time, that is the main core functionality. So don't neglect anything. Just write a code with me. Everything will be helpful to you. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.